my channel. Today is a new day and I am bringing you a new video, and I have been working on this one for quite some time, but due to 2 hurricanes that came through the Tampa Bay area, I was not able to edit, film, upload this video sooner. But alas, by the title you already know, these are my one pot meal favorite breakfast dishes to do when I am just trying to be as quick as possible first thing in the morning. We have a total of 5 different dishes. Our first one is going to be an oatmeal with apples. This is delicious for fall. I feel like it just gives you that nice cozy vibe. The second one is going to be a spinach and egg dish. It's the quickest I feel out of all of them and requires minimum prep. The third one is going to be a tater tot casserole. That is my personal favorite because I love potatoes. So good. The fourth one is a Colombian staple and they are called Huevos pericos. This is something that is just super traditional in every Colombian household. And last but not least, we have our Canadian bacon hash brown dish. Super simple to do and very tasty. Now, some of these dishes I do add a side, but usually it consists of a dish, a side that I don't have to cook, such as bread or fruit, yogurt, etc. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start off with the most basic breakfast, which is good old oatmeal. So for this oatmeal, we are going to be using some Planet oat milk, and we're going to slice 1 apple, and to season it, I like to add a little bit of cinnamon. The cinnamon is going to just give it this nice fall flavor. I love it. And to top it off, honey. If you can, definitely find local honey because it helps combat pollen. You have no idea how life-changing it has been. All right, so this is the easiest one, I believe. I mean, they're all easy, but I just put a whole bunch of spinach on the bottom. And that's enough. Basically, the spinach is going to act like your oil. So we place it here on the bottom. Then we start dropping eggs. Floating somewhere in the sky, and I don't think I'll ever fall. I cannot crack eggs. Are you guys good at cracking eggs? Because I cannot. I always get pieces in there. Don't let this slip away. We add the tomatoes, kind of sprinkle them all over. Oh my gosh, I found a... Next, we're going to add some pepper and some salt. If you have ham, feel free to add ham. We're just trying not to eat as much processed meats. They're pretty high in cholesterol, so we're trying to watch our cholesterol. Ta-da! This is what it looks like. The juice is gonna come from those tomatoes and it is going to be so sweet and savory. I don't know anybody quite like you. You can lift me up, and the truth is I'm falling. I'll be there till I'm gone. I don't need anybody. For the side, I'm going to do an avocado. I feel that this pairs really well with the egg and it's a nice healthy fat. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna start with is the Orelda golden tater tots. These come seasoned. They're really good. They're basically pre-cooked, so you can fry them, you can put them in the oven, but we're gonna place it in my cookware. and it's gonna be the first layer for this dish. Now you can add oil to this, but these already come pre-cooked and they have quite a bit of oil in them. So that's why I'm not adding anything extra. But if you want to add oil to ensure that the food doesn't get stuck at the bottom of your pan, you definitely can. Next, we are going to chop up some scallions. I'm probably gonna use 3. This is going to give it a lot of flavor. We're going to add some eggs. I'm probably going to use about 6 eggs. You can definitely use 8. You can cook this in a larger pan if you want to, depending on how many are in your family. We're going to season this with a little bit of salt. I'm gonna use 1/4 of a teaspoon. The tater tots have a lot of salt seasoning in them, in my opinion. I don't feel like I need a lot, but we're just going to add a little bit of pepper, and we're going to mix this. Then we're going to add some sort of meat. So you can add bacon bits, you can add ham. I'm going to add sausage. And you can chop it up if you want, but since this is kind of be served like a quiche in a way, you're just gonna cut through the sausage. I don't feel like I need to really chop it up, but it's up to you. If you want like tiny bits of it, definitely feel free. And now we go ahead and pour this all over. Make sure to try to get it as even as possible in your pan. And now we cover this and we're gonna put it kind of a medium, but a little less than a medium. I want it to slowly cook. Okay, so it has been about 10 minutes. It's starting to get pretty warm on the lid. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn down the temperature and I'm gonna put it on low. And it's going to slowly cook. To top it off, we are going to add some cheddar cheese. It's gonna be about 1 cup of cheddar cheese. Also, I do want to point out that the sausage that we are using are the turkey breakfast sausage links. These come frozen, so they're already basically pre-cooked. You just have to pop them in the oven, or you can stir fry them any which way. But these are 50% less fat than your normal sausage. Obviously, the normal sausage is much better, but since we're trying to eat a little healthier, these turkey ones are a good supplement to your traditional sausage. The kids love these. So let's take a look. Ooh, that looks delicious. It's almost done. Now we're going to sprinkle the cheese on top, and it's going to finish cooking. All right, we'll let it cook about 10 more minutes and it's gonna be done soon. All right, I think it's been about 10 minutes, maybe less, but look at that. It looks good. You can always broil this if you want that nice crispy golden cheese, but as a mom of 3, this will do. All we have to do is cut into it and serve it. This looks good. So you can see this is what's left at the bottom. It comes right off. It's super easy and you don't have to stir or keep an eye on it. Just literally let it cook and do its thing. next dish is a very typical Colombian dish, and it is called Huevos pericos. Have no idea how you translate it, but it's basically eggs with green onions, 1 tomato, and you're going to saute the onions with the tomato and butter. At first, it's going to seem like a lot of onions and tomatoes, but trust the process. They do get smaller the more you saute them. For this specific dish, I'm going to be using a total of 6 eggs, but you can use more if you have a larger family. And to season, you're going to add a little bit of salt. These eggs do not have pepper, so don't add any because pepper tends to kind of spice things up. And if you don't like using butter, you can also use ghee. I actually used ghee because we had just gotten back from Hurricane Milton and we lost all of our food in our fridge, so I didn't have any butter. And ghee, luckily, does not require you to store in the fridge, so that's why I'm using ghee. So it's up to you. This breakfast does have a side to it, and you can add toast as a side. It's super simple. You can place it in your toaster, comes out, put a little bit of butter, and you're set. As Colombians, we love arepas, which is basically a corn tortilla, but it's thicker. They sell them frozen in the Hispanic grocery stores, and they come in clutch when you want something quick and easy. All you have to do is defrost them, heat them up in this little griddle that we have, and you're set. Once you add the eggs into the onions and tomatoes, I like to use a flat spatula to mix them up because it's really going to prevent the egg from sticking to the pan. So I recommend the flattest spatula that you can possibly find for this specific dish. If you have a Teflon piece of cookware, a normal utensil will work, like a spoon, a fork. It's going to easily lift up. But I have stainless steel with titanium in my cookware, so I do require a thin spatula. I'm going to add a little bit of cheese to my arepas, and it's mozzarella cheese. You can get fancy if you want to, but we're going with the classic mozzarella. And then you're going to start to see the eggs just fluff up. So you're just gonna scramble, scramble, scramble. Here I'm doing the toast for my husband because he's not a huge fan of arepas. So if you do have arepas, we like to place the scrambled egg right on top, and breakfast is served. Alright, so for this breakfast, it's pretty simple. We're going to be using some Canadian bacon. You can use bacon if you want to, or you can also use mushrooms if you want to make this a vegan dish. We have some small peppers. We have half an onion in here. And this is the potato hash brown that I like to use. You can find this in the refrigerated section, kind of by the eggs. It's shredded hash browns. It already comes shredded, and all you have to do is cook it. So it's super simple, and it's gonna be delicious. The first thing that you're going to do is chop up half an onion. Now, the onion that I'm using is a yellow onion. I feel that these taste really nice once they're caramelized, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Additionally to the onion, we're going to use some sweet peppers. I have the small sweet peppers, but you can also use a large bell pepper. Both work perfectly fine. Together, when you saute this, they are going to just release so much flavor into the potatoes. It's going to taste amazing. And to saute them, I'm going to be using olive oil. Now, I do like to buy the olive oil that is meant for stir frying, because you have the extra virgin one and then you have the one that's like a light olive oil. This way, it doesn't turn a weird flavor in your food. I feel that extra virgin olive oil is really meant for salads and not for stirring. For the bacon, we are going to just chop it up You can use mushrooms, you can use turkey, you can use turkey bacon, you can use bacon strips, whatever meat your little heart desires. I saw these, they looked tasty, I figured why not. I'm also going to add pepper. I feel that pepper is a very American thing. A lot of Hispanics don't use pepper because it's spicy. And this dish with that salt and pepper, it's just so good. It really honestly is. I then add the bag of shredded potatoes and I start mixing, and then I go ahead and cover it and let it cook. You can technically do this in the oven if you want to, but I like doing it in my cookware. Now, I like using a flat spatula once again to just really mix everything together. And it's gonna take about 25 minutes to cook completely, and the bottom is going to be left so crispy. That is probably my favorite part. I love adding ketchup as well to this, and a nice fruit. Well, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a long time coming. These hurricanes were a disaster for our area, and it's just been a lot. We actually got a little bit of damage on our house. Our roof got some shingles torn off, and we got some water in our closet, unfortunately. But alas, it's not as bad as some of my friends and family that actually got their homes flooded. So as you can imagine, it's been a lot here in the Tampa Bay area, but I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And like always, remember to dream big, be brave, and explore life. Until next time. Mwah.